Alright guys, welcome back. I promised myself I would not go any smaller than 1/24th scale. I told myself I was not going to be buying a Redcat Ascent 32. Well, I bought one. I kind of I had to. I kept seeing a lot of videos on it. I kept seeing it over and over. And it just looked... Do you know how some babies are just ugly, but they're cute because the proportions are wrong? You know, like the big eyes and stuff like that. I think that's kind of how this is, and I think that's kind of what drew me to it. Plus, I'm just very curious. I'm very curious on the smallness of this. Everything I see, so this is a horrible truck, and I probably shouldn't have bought this. And I say horrible as in the slow control, the crawling control, and all that. So I feel like, and the reason when I first saw this, and the reason I didn't want to buy it, was seeing the control that it had, how jumpy it was. The shocks looked horrible. Everything just looked not good. It's a 1S battery, so you can't use that on any. If you upgrade this at all, you're not using that 1S battery. You're going to go at least 2S. So that's kind of just in the trash. I knew it was going to be a little bit of a money pit, and that's why I was not going to buy one. They're what, $89. I had like a $12 credit on A-Main's website. So I went to go buy it, and then shipping was like $10, $15, and I was like, well, I mean, if it gets to $99, then it's free shipping. So the next thing I know, I bought this. I bought a clear body for it, because I'm going to embrace the suck. I'm going to embrace the disproportionate shape of the body. This looks like it has a chunk taken out in the wrong spot. No, it's just the body line. See? I thought that was broken. And I bought something else. Oh yeah, I bought some Hobby Plus parts. Because I have a T-Hunter body on my Redcat Ascent 18. You know what? Let's bring that down. This is my Redcat Ascent 18. It looks nothing like a Redcat Ascent 18. Except that I have a Redcat, logo on there that I painted. Redcat axles, Redcat frame, Endura transmit. We're not going over this. I have a video on that. But this is the T-Hunter body, and I didn't buy the accessories like the door handles and everything for it. So I was trying to think of things to add up to the 99, and that was a couple bucks. And then I needed a couple parts for my Arctos bed on the Terranaut, and that was a couple bucks, and it just got me just over 99 doing these things. So here we are. Anyways, let's open this bad boy up. I'm sure you guys have seen openings, so I don't need to go in depth, I'm sure. I got the red. Last time I got the gray. When I got this, I got the gray graphite, and I liked it, but I kind of wish I had gotten the red. So I decided I'll just get the red, and I'll go with it. Looks like you get a little manual. It is 1 page thick, it feels like. Yes. Put batteries in. This is how you open it. This is how you go forward and back, and this is how you turn. Great instructions, as usual. And this little guy is the main attraction. Boxes is empty other than that. Whoa! Oh my god, you see pictures and you see videos, and it just doesn't do it justice how small this thing is. Wow. Okay. Yep, and that's, as soon as I saw someone do this, I was like, I knew this was going to be a bit of a money pit. I don't know. We'll see, like I said. I apparently did not see enough unboxings to see this little guy. How did I not notice it came with this thing and not a regular Redcat controller? It's a miniature version of a controller. On, off, and doesn't come with batteries. And guess he ran out of AA's and AAA's, so we're going to be taking it out of something else. All right, what does this take? All right, batteries acquired. I try to do lipos on everything I have, and then there's just some things that take AA's still, like this. So can't do it. There's that. Looks like you got dual rate. I'm guessing steering, then steering trim, channel 3/bind. I'm wondering if this is on. This is probably on the 2A-BS protocol, like most others. RTR. What do we got here? Razor blade is not included. That was me opening things. We have the little 1S charger with a little itty bitty wire and body posts. Body? What? What are these? Maybe that goes there. Well, you know what it is? I think it's something to do with the body posts because there's 4 of them and 4 body posts. I guess if I had read the instructions that I threw to the side, I would know. And then the main attraction, this little guy. These tires feel pretty good. Wow, it's very surprising. That is... Okay, hold on. All right, zeroed out. This truck, 147 grams. I have 1/10 tires. I think that weigh more than that. Wheel and tire combo, definitely that way more than that. Ascent 18 body, zeroed out. 46. Okay, I was just kind of curious. Ascent 18 does have brass and everything though. 509. Yep. Does have brass and wheels and stuff, so that's not really a fair comparison. Just kind of curious. But 147 grams. That's crazy. I bet the controller weighs more. Oh my god. Hold on. It does. 205 grams. You're kidding me. 147, 205. That's ridiculous. All right. Blowing my mind here. The links are so tiny and so skinny looking. And it's crazy to me that this has all ball bearings. But yet I have trucks that are 1/18 and 1/10 that come with not ball bearings. That was a weird way to say that. That come with bushings. I hate this little clip, honestly. It broke on this thing. It's one of the first things that broke. And I just ended up, after a while, putting I think it's like an M2, whatever the bolt size is, a longer one with a washer on the back here. And this was solid, and I just unclipped this and ripped it around, and I would swap the battery out, and then I put it back on. That's how I did that truck, because this clip in the back broke instantly, and I hear people breaking this clip too. So we'll see how that goes. What is this? That's some white stuff. And look how tiny that thing is. You're going to tell me that's not going to break? I wish they would just go to a magnet or something. At least it would just pop off and come back on and not break. One really annoying thing is that this does this. You really couldn't have done at least some oil shocks. I get that it's 90 bucks, but still, just a little bit. Even if it's just something I can put grease in. It doesn't have to be completely like oil, just grease. This... oh, wait, it came plugged in. What? Why would it come plugged in? Who does that? All right, let's turn this on. Let's turn this on. Make sure it's still good. Okay. Oh, the whine. Listen to that whine, guys. It's making a song. Can you hear the song? Okay, enough of that. Sorry. All right, I took the body off and then didn't. I want to drive it. I'm sure you guys have seen all this stuff. I'm just curious on this before I go crazy with it or something. Steering, very quick, very responsive. I like this controller. This is nice and small. Oh, the servo is noisy though. And I also did notice, I'm pretty sure it's a 5-wire servo. Yep, it's a 5-wire servo. Why would you do that? Is this 1910? And noisy. It's honestly not the worst. I actually thought I was expecting way worse. Let me get rid of this. I was expecting this to not be able to do any slow crawl. All right. This is the thing. It just snowed the other day, so I can't take this out on the rocks, unfortunately. So. This will be our test bench. You guys have seen a bunch of video anyways, so I'm going to be starting to make an actual course in my upstairs in my garage. I just need to stop being lazy and do it. So, you know. Oh. Okay, now I'm seeing what they're talking about with the slow crawl. Can you slow crawl with it? Kinda. Okay, yeah, well that was kind of in the shocks, just flopping around. Yeah, I mean you can crawl-ish with it, but it's not anything crazy. Huh, you know, this is the thing. I bet my son would have a ball with this thing, though. I might have to get him one of these. You can mess around with it. Honestly, the way that people talk about it, I thought it was going to be ridiculously way worse. And I think because they said how bad it was, I'm a little impressed. Because I thought it was going to be horrendous. And it is not great, but it is not as bad as it was sounding to be. I don't know what all this white stuff is. It must be from, like, painting it or something. There's, like, a bunch of white stuff on the edges. The body in person, it doesn't look as bad shape-wise. It's a little goofy still. I'm not gonna, don't get me wrong. It's a bit goofball-y. But it is not, in person it's not as bad. You can, I think, if it's not just me, right? Like it looks like, it almost looks like it's the same height body-wise as the 1/18th. They just went. Okay, I forgot where I was. Little buddy came down and interrupted me. I think I was talking about the body. How I think that this is like almost the same as this, and they just kind of, yeah, that's what it was. They shrunk that bad boy down, but they just did it in XY, and they didn't do XYZ. I can't find my calipers, so let's see. This is a 51. Top of cab to bottom of rocker. I'd say 51-ish millimeters. And this is 65. So they did shorten it, obviously, because it would look ridiculous. But proportion-wise, it's not right. Like this body was already a little awkward. It's 210 millimeters long, and this is 145. Does the math work for that? 145, which I think this was, approximately, yeah, 145 divided by 210, it's about 70%. It's like 69.04% size shrunk down. This one, like I said, is 50, I'd say 51, and this is 65, 78%. I know that's not exact math. That's probably not how this works. That's just, it might be close to how it works, actually. So they shrunk this down to about 69% of the length, but they did the roof section only about 78%. So this is 78% of that, this is 69% of that. I'm not even going to do the width, because the width actually doesn't look that bad to me. It's really just the height that looks funny. So I'm wondering if, I don't know what they were trying to do, because it's not like they have any, okay, I could see if they were putting electronics up in here, but they didn't. I don't know what they were doing. Honestly, if you cut this cab off, hold on. Yeah, so there's a little bit of cab under the door here. If you cut the cab off, it would have been better. And then, then you would have had to lower the body more to get it to the sliders. Maybe that's what they were going for. These links are so skinny. Anyways. I know I'm going to have to be throwing money in parts of this thing. I just know it. Yeah, can you crawl with it? Ish. But it's so, you can see through the body. It's so thin. Look at the red dot from the ESC. That's crazy. This is going to break. I'm going to have to make some kind of a magnet setup for that. I was going to do that with this one, then I ended up forgot I had that body and I threw that body on instead. I should probably put some tape over that or something, maybe. Got a little bit of electrical tape. I won't see it through the body that way. This looks like a perfect candidate for pretty much any motor that has the right bolt pattern there, because it's pretty much out in the open. I really wish I could find my calipers. I don't know where I put them. Let's see what the size of the can is. Approximately 17, I think. Approximately. So that means a 16, well, so a lot of 1221s, 1212? Yeah, a lot of 1212 cans are about 15 to 16 millimeters wide. That would fit in here. There's a lot of them that size. And then there's a couple of like, I think there's a couple of like 1621s, I think, or something. I can't, Outrunners. I don't remember now. But that would fit in there no problem. I feel like, because there's room around it. It's not like the FCX 24s where they're like the transmission's right up against it and you can only do an 050 motor because of the flatness of that 050 motor. Yeah, I wonder what I have laying around that I could swap out into here. Pretty sure I have, I have that Spectrum motor from the FCX 24s that everyone hates. But with an AM32 ESC, it actually wasn't that bad. Might be a little spicy for it though, because I think it's like 3700 kV. I don't know, we'll have to see. I know this is going to be a fun little truck, just because of how small it is. But I also know that I'm just going to be dumping money into it. Hold on, let's take this off. I don't remember if this comes with all metal gears and stuff. I think it does. I think it's ball bearings throughout, which I remember seeing that. I don't remember. No, it's plastic gears, and you can almost see through it. So it's a plastic ring gear right there. But it's like a white clear, which I can see like the screwdriver almost through it. It's like clear. Am I blowing it out? Oh yeah, I am blowing it out. Okay, that's not gonna happen. Well, I was trying to show you guys with a flashlight. Well greased though. I mean, this is a little guy and that does not need much more grease than that. That's fine. So I am wondering if the transmission is also metal. Weird that goes over there. So the top link mount goes like on top there. You know, I don't think I'm going to pull this apart. Oh, I can already tell I'm going to get frustrated with all these little parts. I am not going to pull this apart right now because I actually have some brass parts coming for this. I bought almost all, I think maybe all the Enduro parts for it. The brass diff covers, the brass skid. You know, I don't usually do a brass skid, but I just feel like this thing needs a little bit more weight. Just talking, you know, not talking, but seeing other people's stuff. So I bought the brass skid, brass knuckles, brass links. I think they're brass too. Yeah, the links. All the Enduro stuff is pretty much on its way. I gotta figure out shocks. Hold on, I gotta go find my calipers. All right, found, they were upstairs in the office. I had 3 pairs up there for some reason. They are approximately 35 millimeters long. If those are approximately 35 millimeters long, these are 39 millimeter. Oh, these need to be cleaned up. These have been sitting in a drawer for a while, and they, I think they're dry as a bone. 39 millimeters. Yeah. No, I forgot I have these. These are Trials. I think they're like 37, 35. So these are not much better than these, I think. Oh, no, so these are friction shocks, which I didn't realize that when I bought them. My bad, I'm an idiot. I didn't read. But I kept them because they were kind of pretty smooth. Oh, these are like 32s. I don't know if I want to do 32s. This connects to a ball end here with a bolt. And this is just a ball end here with a bolt and a nut. So I can just put a bolt with a spacer and then the nut. And this can just have a bolt going through. And I probably don't even need a spacer. It doesn't need to go this far. No, the spacer, it would be awkward because it wouldn't be over here. So I could just put a little spacer here too. It would be a little shorter. You'd kind of, you know, lower the CG. And I have the clear body. This body, I love the red. I am double guessing myself on. Don't want a Christmas truck though. I don't know. But these might be a little too tall. I have a build for those anyways, so I probably shouldn't take those away for those. I might try these. What happened to the other half of that? Didn't even realize I didn't have the fourth one. I had that half off. These springs are a little stiff too, but oh wait, those are stiffer than the what? Oh, I didn't realize it came with. Well, I did at the time probably, I'm sure, but okay, I got the little the thinner ones like that. Okay, I'll probably throw those on. All right, I think we're already figuring out parts. That's not good. Then what I also thought about is I took these off of the Tacoma, and they're a little bit bigger. And I thought about throwing these on, and then just wrapping like some solder or something inside there just to make them a little heavier. I just have to get an adapter, right? You need a really skinny wrench to get in here. Yeah, these are like 5s or something. You need to put a different hex on. Oh, the knuckle looks so cheap. Ugh. I mean, so from what I heard, they tried to make this a relatively affordable truck to buy, and then just have like all the aftermarket stuff ready. That's why Enjoy already had everything ready to go right out of the gate, because they wanted it to. Because they knew people were going to upgrade, I think is what it was. So they were like, oh, we'll just make it cheaper than all the other trucks, and then people can upgrade what they. Okay, what the? Oh, there's a lot of play inside of. That's all axle. What you guys can see in there, but that's the axle moving inside, in and out. Oh, there's Phillips. Why would you put Phillips here? And hex on the rest of it. The rest is all hex. You're just gonna make the kingpin bolts Phillips? You're telling me you couldn't have put a whatever. That's a weird one, but okay. I'm not gonna lie, I like this more than I thought I was going to. I think I'm gonna have a fun time with this. Sorry I can't get any footage of this growing around, but I think all you're gonna see is, if it was me doing jitter, trying to jump up and over things. I wanted to do a couple size comparisons. If I can close this. I freaking hate that. I can't wait to magnetize that. And I know someone said that I like to complain about stuff, but I just like to point out what I'm going to change so I remember later on. I said I love the truck, and the other truck is the same way, the Tacoma. That was on that video. So we got Ascent 32, Ascent 18. There we go. There we go. A little bit of a difference in size. I mean, if you think about it. Well, that's goofy. This is an FCX 24M. So, length, width. Yeah, and then height, of course, is ridiculous difference. So floppy, I like it. Another FCX 24M, but a Tacoma. Even longer than the other M. And width. What do we got here? Let's go with, I guess the closest to stock would be my daughter's deadbolt. So, yeah, a little shorter there, huh? I don't have my SCX 30 yet, so I can't compare to that, unfortunately. Rock fan, kind of no comparison, obviously, because it's quite large. And this thing weighs probably 5 of these, at least. So, but yeah, size-wise, that's, yeah. But, oh, I think it's going to be a good little duo. Then I got my Redcat Gen 7 that I use. So third Redcat that I have, and then I have another Redcat Gen 7, that's my son's, and then he has an Everest 10, or whatever that thing is called. It's kind of like a sort of buggy, truck-bodied Everest, whatever. But yeah, yeah. Who else got one of these things? This just kills me. At least put some grease in there. Make it like a grease shock or a friction. At least a friction shock. This is not even friction. So, other than that though, I actually like it more than I thought I was going to. I thought I was going to absolutely hate it just looking at it. And I've grown already to think it's very cute and want to do things to it because of just how it looks. And it's so small. I already could put stuff in my backpack, but this can literally go in my backpack. I could actually talk to my wife and be like, hey, you got the big purse today? Thank you. Put that in the big purse. By the way, we'll throw in the Mia's controller instead. Put that in there too. Thank you. Love you, hon. I think she would not be okay with that, but you know, I'll just buy her lunch. I don't know. Body post. Is anyone gonna know what that is? Let me look in the book here. Literally says nothing. Not even a QR code to get some information, like a manual. I really thought that I would at least see a manual. Color-wise, what should I paint this thing? It's already pre-cut. That's kind of nice. Comes with all the pieces, so it's literally just a second body. I'm gonna keep the windows clear, unlike this one where they put the stickers on, because they even painted it and everything. They just put the stickers on. I'll keep them clear. Why? I'm not gonna put a driver in there, as far as I'm aware. Maybe I will. We'll see. I'm almost thinking something maybe greenish, blackish to go with those shocks because I have them. Don't want to get painted into a corner though. I don't really care if I keep those shocks or not. If I get some different ones, so that's not a definite. I might though, just because, you know, why not? But yeah, wow, that's gonna take like no time to paint, I feel like. But at the same time, if I'm gonna try to mask anything off, these sausage fingers are gonna have a problem. So we'll have to see. Did it come with, yeah, does it have window masks? Oh no. It doesn't come with masks. It comes with stickers instead of masks. I guess I could use the sticker for a mask. But my problem was, I was going to say, if it didn't come out good with the windows, I was going to use those. Maybe I'll try to trace these windows and make a mask out of them, make a mask for them. I'm going to put these in here because I don't know what they are. Some kind of body post, I guess. I don't know where they would go. If I had a manual, it would be helpful, I guess. Well, that's it, guys. I think I've rambled enough. My consensus is that I think it's cute enough, and I like it. The tires come off. That's kind of goofy looking. Oh, I could just put, not even close. I don't know why I thought that. So these are 0.8s, so these must be like 0.6s or something, huh? Yeah, they're 0.7s. Pretty much. So, I'm surprised. They seems like they were even smaller than that. For not having foams, I'm kind of surprised how well they're keeping their shape when I mean, it's a light truck. So I guess I get it. It's kind of nice that these tires are also, a lot of them now are coming not glued. The Tacoma and both the FCX24Ms both came unglued. This is unglued. You know, a couple other trucks are starting to come unglued a little bit, which is nice. Give us the option. Come on. Anyways, that's it for this one. If you got one, let me know what you've done to it. How have you liked it? Did you swap everything out of it, or are you just using it like this? Because I don't see how you could use it like this if you're going to try to crawl with it. Tooting around, messing around, yeah, I can definitely see it, but not if you're going to crawl with it. And I kind of want to do a little bit of crawling with it. Nothing crazy, because I want to make that indoor course I've been thinking about doing. Hopefully this weekend I can start that. Anyways, throw down below if you have any comments, suggestions, or ideas. Like I said, what have you done to yours? Do you plan on getting one, or are you just not going this small? I told myself I wouldn't. The problem is I'm going even smaller with an SCX30, which sounds wrong because this is a 32. But scale doesn't matter, apparently. So that's how it is. All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.